back to my channel. We're going to change things up a little bit for 2024. I'm starting a series called Keys and Contracts. This will be the very first episode of Keys and Contracts, where we unlock the secrets, the tools, everything you need to be involved, to be a buyer, a seller, and even sometimes some realtor tips for you realtors out there. So today we're going to discuss interest rates and how interest rates are going to be changing in 2024. Last October 2023, interest rates were the highest they had been in the past couple of years. They were 7.9 for a 30-year fixed interest. That means if you're doing a conventional mortgage, your mortgage rate would have been 7.94. Today, interest rates are sitting at 6.7%. Now, the information I'm giving is information that I have researched. However, I am not a lender. I do not want to take the place of a lender. I want to stay in my lane as well, but I also want to educate at the same time. As a realtor, I feel like it is my duty to educate, and you need to know information about, the lending side, the inspection side. You need to know some things about it. Do I know everything about lending? No, I'm not a lender, and I do not play one on YouTube. Say you were getting a house that is $350,000. The difference between buying a house at 7.9% versus 6.67% could be about $300 difference. So it's going to increase your buying power by a whole lot. If you're renting right now, think about if your landlord or your apartment complex said, okay, we're going to raise your rent $300. You'd be like, excuse me? So we're starting the new year between 6 and 6.7%, right? They already said the interest rates will be cut 3 times this year, which will affect mortgage rates and how people are buying homes. Now, ever since last year, I have been hoping and praying for homes to be more affordable, for more people to get into the market. Of course, I'm an advocate for home ownership. That's why I got into this business. However, there are a lot of people waiting for mortgage rates to drop. So as mortgage rates drop, especially when we start to get into the springtime, early summer, the market is normally, that spring season is really when things get springing. So if interest rates drop right around the springtime, it's going to have the people who have been sitting on the sideline, waiting for these drops, waiting for things to become more affordable. They're going to be coming out back into the market. So basically the prediction is that as things come a little bit more affordable, more people will be attracted to home buying, which will create more competition. Is more competition a bad thing for sellers? Certainly not. That means your days on market will be shorter. You may get more money for your house. But for buyers, competition can mean that it could be a little bit harder to get your offer accepted. You have to be a little more creative. You have to use more strategy. You may have to pay more for the house, or you may have to come out of pocket cash. If you watch my channel, you've heard me say it quite a few times already. My idea is to buy the house when you can afford it. Unless you're an investor. Buy the house when you can afford it, not when you think this is going to happen, that's going to happen, because there's always a cause and effect in the market. When the interest rates were really low, the housing market was crazy. There were so many bids. There were like 10, 12 offers on one house. You had to come out of cash. It was a lot more. You had to have a lot more money back then. So letting you know about the possibility of having more competition if the interest rates do in fact decrease, especially if they decrease a little bit more in the springtime. I think even where they are right now, being so far away from the 8% mark, it's not to make you afraid or deter you from getting back into the market. It's just more so that you're educated and you know what's to come. In my opinion, I think the longer you wait, the lower the interest rates might be this year, possibly, allegedly, and the more competition you may end up having. Will there be a better time than right now to buy a house? Of course there will be. But since we don't know exactly when that time will be, when the interest rates are low, home prices are low, it's switched to a complete buyer's market. We don't know when that's going to actually happen. And some people have been waiting since 2020, 2019 to purchase a home, and they're still waiting. Meanwhile, those who are owning homes already have equity in the home. They bought the home that they can afford, and they already have equity. So back to interest rates. So I'm hoping by springtime, interest rates will be around 5% or so. It sounded like a lot in 2021. 5% interest rate sounded pretty high, but comparison to almost getting up to the 8%, 5 is a lot better. So if you're looking to purchase this year, or you have questions about real estate, you can always reach out to me. You can leave me a comment down below and I will answer any questions you may have. If you are not in Maryland and you're looking for a realtor, I can definitely connect you with one of my realtor friends in another state. And if you are moving to Maryland or moving from Maryland, I can definitely help you out. Just give me a call, or you can follow my link down in the description box and I will get back to you. I hope you all have a happy new year. I will be posting episodes of Keys and Contracts every Thursday. So please watch out every Thursday. Tune in to the podcast. I'm going to try to switch things up a little bit as far as the setting. So it looks a little different. We can have a little more, a podcast feel to it. But for now, this is the first episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keys and Contracts will be back on Thursdays, every Thursday. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.